welcome to Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the live stream. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is a 162 game regular season on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4, where the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. No skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 132 out of 162. We are in late August. The standings are on the screen. The Avengers have been placed in the National League West division. As you can see, they are in second place, a game out of first, trying to chase those Los Angeles Dodgers down. Their record is 84-47. Let's go into the calendar. As you can see down here, it's a 3-game set at San Francisco. Unfortunately, the Avengers were shut out in game 1 of this 3-game set, 5-0. Notice after the 3-game set, it's a head-to-head matchup against the first-place Dodgers and second-place Avengers at Los Angeles County. But let's get through this set first. Let's go to the middle game against San Francisco. Few organizations games. Bradley Cooper will play game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Oracle Park in San Francisco. Clear skies, broadcast. Bradley Cooper's 9-10. He is the starting pitcher. As you can see, there are some people that need some rest. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Chadwick's going to sit for Benedict Cumberbatch at third base. Tom Holland is going to sit for Clark Gregg, and that's basically all we'll do. But the only thing I'm going to say is that Cumberbatch is going to hit second. Mark Ruffalo is going to hit third. No, actually, Robert Downey Jr. is going to hit. You know what? Hold on a second. I don't like this. I don't like this lineup. Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle will hit second. Robert Downey Jr. will hit third. Mark Ruffalo will hit fourth. Dave Bautista will hit fifth. Benedict Cumberbatch will hit sixth. It's Sebastian Stan. Okay. Make sure this lineup is correct. It looks good. Let's rock and roll. Skip. These are your starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. Let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting for the entire season, hitting and pitching, is set to All-Star. All-Star somewhere in the middle. I'm not looking to impress anybody. I'm just looking to have a competitive matchup. So yeah, and I do play-by-play. So hopefully you can bear the sound of my voice. Let's hydrate quickly before we start this game. Hold on. Live. Get ready for some Major League Baseball here at Oracle Park as the Hollywood Avengers visit the San Francisco Giants. This is Major League Baseball on MLB The Show. On the mound for the Giants, Clayton Kershaw. 21st start of the season is 8-4, 3.67 earned run average. This is going to be a tough matchup. Leading off for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie, 314-15 homers, 61 RBIs. Anthony Mackie plays Sam Wilson in the MCU, switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Kershaw. And he pulls it up the third baseline, foul for strike one. Mackie brings a 7-game hitting streak into this ball game, chasing the Dodgers. And that's a deep drive, but playable. In front of the warning track, makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie's at short, Don Cheadle is in center, Robert Downey Jr. is at first, Mark Ruffalo behind the plate. Dave Bautista is in right, Benedict Cumberbatch is at third, the DH, Sebastian Stan. Idris Elba's in left, and batting ninth and playing second base, Clark Gregg. Don Cheadle, 274, 10 homers, 59 RBIs. Steps into the plate. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance. It is Gonzo. Solo homer for Don Cheadle, War Machine. Homer number 11 on the season. And just like that, the Avengers take an early 1-0 lead here at Oracle Park. Oh, yeah. So 2 deep drives, one longer than the other. Fly ball is hurting Clayton. Here's the replay. Slow motion. Bang. Next up, Tony Stark, a.k.a. Robert Downey Jr., 298, 19 homers, 84 RBIs. Chases a slider, swing and a miss, strike one. So the Giants are a game under 500, and they are 20.5 behind the first place LA Dodgers in the National League West. They're in third place, I think. Oh, that hits him. Oh, hope that doesn't start any fireworks. So it's a 1-out base runner. Here's the replay. Probably just some bad aim. Up next is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, 335, a team high, 28 homers and 114 runs batted in. Runner leads off first, 1 out, top of the first, 1-0 MCU. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. An opposite field 2-run home run for the Hulk smash. Home run number 29 on the season. And 2 long balls here in the top of the first stakes the Avengers to a 3-0 lead here in game 2 of this 3-game set. Oh yeah. Back up a little bit. It's a little too bright. That's better. Here's the replay. Bang. Out in McCovey Cove. I wonder if it splashes into McCovey Cove. Let's see. They're not going to show it. Well, still 3-0 Avengers. Next up, Dave Batista. 310, 13 homers, 66 RBIs. And that's a drive, but that one I have a feeling is going to be caught. Shoestring catch for the left fielder for the 2nd out. Nice play. If you're wondering, options, gameplay, hitting difficulty set to All-Star, pitching difficulty set to All-Star. Next up is the Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Cumberbatch, hitting 293 on the season. Swinging a miss out in front of the slider, strike 1. Dr. Stephen Strange is giving Chadwick Boseman a day off at third base. Here comes the pitch. And that's a line drive headed towards the left center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Rounding first, heading to second is Dr. Stephen Strange. It's going to be a 2-out double. Big turn at second, but he will hold. 2-out double for Cumberbatch's 8th double of the season. And we should see a replay on that. Bang. Looks like Clayton Kershaw does not have it today. Already 3 runs here in the top of the first. Yep, as you can see, he thought about third, but then thought better of it. Next up, Sebastian Stan, 288, 9 homers, 42 RBIs. He plays the Winter Soldier in the MCU. More likely the Bucky Barnes. That's a deep drive. But to dead center field. Victorino on the warning track makes the catch to retire the side, but 2 homers leads to 3 runs. After half inning of play here at Oracle Park, it's the Avengers 3, the San Francisco Giants coming to bat. This is Avengers baseball. On the mound for the Avengers, Bradley Cooper, a.k.a. Rocket Raccoon, the voice of Rocket in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. Not a great season. He's 9-10 with a 5.15 earned run average. Leading off for the Giants, Tony Gwynn, 287, 6 homers, 40 RBIs. Comes the first pitch from Rocket. And that's a line drive the other way, which will roll into the left field corner. Racing over there is Idris Elba. It's going to be a leadoff double for Tony Gwynn, the hit machine. Double number 31 for Gwynn. Here's the replay. Next up, Chipper Jones. Chipper Jones, in this fictional franchise, is hitting .348 with 21 homers and 63 runs batted in. Here's the pitch. Slicing, foul. Chipper played for the Atlanta Braves in real life. I think he's an all-star. If he's not an all-star, he should be. Inside corner for strike 2. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. So the Avengers are a game and a half out of the National League West, and they have a firm grasp on one of the wild card spots. But of course, with a month and a half left to go in the season, they'd like to win the division. Line drive over the head of the first baseman. It will bounce off that right field wall. Rounding third and heading home is the base runner. It's going to be an RBI double. And the MCU now leads 3-1. It's double number 29 on the season for Chipper. Here's the replay. Just pulls it over the head of Robert Downey Jr. at first. An easy run batted in. Really no question. So, tying run comes to the plate, and Jimmy Fox, the first baseman, hitting .308. He has 33 homers and 94 RBIs. Runner leads off second. Misses inside, ball 1. Deep drive. And that's going to be in the deepest part of the ballpark. And it will hop over the fence for a ground rule double, his 23rd of the season. A run will score, and it's suddenly a one-run ball game. On the RBI double by Jimmy Fox, the Avengers now lead 3-2. Actually, the Avengers caught a break that hopped over the fence. I have a feeling he could have had it inside the park home run. So anyway, no outs have been recorded here in the bottom of the first. Cal Ripken Jr., the shortstop, steps up. 279 average, 33 homers, 102 RBIs. And this may be a high-scoring ball game. Deep fly to left. There is Elba. He makes the catch for the first out. No advance. Starting lineup for the Giants, Tony Gwynn's in right, Chipper Jones at third, Jimmy Fox at first, Cal Ripken at short, Brett Boone at second, Eloy Jimenez in left, Shane Victorino in center, the DH Domingo Santana, and batting ninth and playing catcher, Caleb Hamilton. Brett Boone, second baseman, hitting 274. Fastball misses outside, ball one. Runner in scoring position, he has 34 homers, 90 RBIs. Runner in scoring position, 1 out, 1-run ball game, 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the first. Fouls off the two-seamer, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. I am RC Robbin, welcome to the live stream. This is Avengers Baseball, game number 132 of a 162-game regular season. Grounder to short, fielded by Mackie, throws to first, in time, 2 away. I am doing the gameplay, I am doing the play-by-play. Hopefully you enjoy both. So 2 down, runner in scoring position for left fielder Eloy Jimenez. Eloy is hitting 260, he has 23 homers and 57 runs batted in. Cut fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So Cooper was gifted with 3 runs in the top of the first and has immediately given up 2 runs to make it a 1-run contest. Inside corner, strike 2, count as quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes on Jimenez. Fouls off the forkball, count remains 0-2. Misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ricky Holiday is your home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. Yanks it down the left field line, foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So runner at second is the tying run. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And the side is retired, but they score 2 times. And at the end of 1, it's the Avengers 3, the Giants 2. We go to the top of the second. Up steps Hemdahl, or Idris Elba, hitting 259, 8 homers, 43 runs batted in.
Number 63.
Part-time left fielder, platoon player. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Idris Elba again plays Hemdahl in the Thor franchise. 2 balls and no strikes. Skies it to right, slicing out of play, count as 2 balls and 1 strike. Late on the fastball, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clayton Kershaw gave up 3 runs in the top of the first. His team gave him 2 back immediately. Change up inside, count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a leadoff walk for Idris. It's not a good way to start off the second. Walk a base runner to lead off an inning. He comes around to score. So Clark Gregg is the ultimate utility man, hitting 204, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Doesn't get a lot of plate appearances, but plays good defense. Pitches high, ball 1. Runner leads off first, nobody out top of the second. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Down and in, 2 balls and no strikes, and he's having trouble finding the strike zone. And that's a deep drive. It could go over his head. No, it will not. Run down by Eloy Jimenez for out number 1. Nice play in left by the Giants left fielder. Defensive alignment for the Giants in the outfield. Eloy made that great play in left. Shane Victorino in center. Tony Gwynn in right. And then in the infield, Chipper Jones, Cal Ripken Jr., Brett Boone, Jimmy Fox with Caleb Hamilton behind home plate. Next up for the Avengers, the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 1. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. Grounder to third, over to second for 1, back to first, in the dirt, scooped nicely by Fox to complete the double play. Round the horn, 5-4-3. So after an inning and a half, the MCU leads 3-2. So bottom of the second, up steps Shane Victorino, who's been cold in his last 5 games. However, overall he's hitting .313 with 16 homers, 52 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Here's the pitch. Pop up, racing over is the new Captain America. Short left field makes the catch, 1 away. Nice play. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. We have Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Dave Bautista. In the infield today, Benedict Cumberbatch at third, Anthony Mackie, Clark Gregg at second, Robert Downey Jr., and Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. Next up, Domingo Santana, the designated hitter, hitting .229, 13 homers. Check that, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. I'm sure he'd like to get out to a good start today. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bradley Cooper plays Rocket Raccoon. He's going for win number 10 this start, pardon me. Lazy fly ball to left. Elba is there for out number 2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second.
Batting ninth, the catcher,
Caleb Hamilton. Caleb's hitting .239, 7 homers, 26 RBIs. Here comes the pitch from Rocket. Strike 1.
0-1.
Just gets a piece of that breaking ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Slicing, out of play. Count remains 0-2. Hit it hard, but couldn't keep it fair. Grounder, foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper. After 2 innings of play, it's the Avengers 3, the Giants 2. So we go to the top of the third. Up steps Don Cheadle. Don is 1 for 1 today.
The center fielder, number 10.
Skies it to right. It's deep, but playable for Tony Gwynn. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting.
So the Avengers lost yesterday's game against the Giants, 5-0. They're looking to even the series at 1 game apiece. Up next is Robert Downey Jr., no official at bat, hit by a pitch in the first. Slider outside, ball 1. Tony was the July Rookie of the Month.
Ball, that's out.
Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Inside, 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he won't, because I don't swing on 3 ball, no strike counts. And he walked him on 4 pitches, so it's a 1-out walk for Tony Stark. Up next, Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk, who had a 2-run home run opposite field shot in the first, his 29th homer of the season. RBIs number 115 and 116. Out in front of the 12-6 curve, swing and a miss. strike one. Runner leads off first, 1 out, top of the third, 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Here's the pitch from Clayton Kershaw. Outside, ball one. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks his swing, changeup is low, 2 balls, 1 strike. In real life, Clayton Kershaw pitches for the Los Angeles Dodgers. One of the best pitchers in the league, obviously. Runner leads off first. Here's the pitch. That's another deep drive. I don't know if it's got a chance or not. It is caught on the warning track for out number 2. Deep outfield here in Oracle Park in that right center field gap. Next up, Dave Bautista, who lined out in the first. He is 0 for 1. 2 outs, runner at first. 3-2 lead for the Avengers. Slicing into the seats, into the camera well, strike one.
Nope.
High and tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pops it up down the right field line, out of play, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bautista. Drax the Destroyer from the Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. A 2-out single for Drax the Destroyer. So it'll be runners at first and second with 2 away. Here's the replay. As I hydrate, always hydrate, folks. Water's good for you. Here's a replay. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, the Sorcerer Supreme, who doubled in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Fouls it back, strike one. High, ball one, count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Stephen Strange. And that's a drive to center off the end of the bat. Should be a routine play for Victorino, and it is. And he retires the side. So after 2.5 innings of play, it's a 1-run ball game. The Avengers lead 3-2. So we go to the bottom of the third. Up steps leadoff man Tony Gwynn, who has a double today. This is his second at bat. That's a line drive, foul. Strike one. Swinging to miss out in front of the changeup. Count is 0-2. Nasty cutter. Inside, off the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. High, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line drive, base hit over the head of the third baseman. Lead-off single for Tony Gwynn, the hit machine. Tony Gwynn's a 3,000 hit club member in real life. So it was a good pitch, but he just kind of inside-outed it over the head the other way of the third baseman. Next up, Chipper Jones. Chipper had an RBI double, and that's a deep drive to center. Back goes Cheadle at the track. The wall makes the catch with his hand on the wall. First out. That was almost a 2-run homer for Jones. Next up, Jimmy Fox, who had an RBI double. He is 1 for 1. Runner at first, 1 out. Fastball in there. 97 on the radar gun, strike one. Misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the cut fastball, count is 1-2. 3-2 lead for the MCU here in the bottom of the third. That's a deep drive. Back goes Batista, and he will not get that. And he is going to throw it in. The runner will stop at third. So it's a double for Jimmy Fox, his 24th double of the season, his 2nd double of the game. And there'll be 2 runners in scoring position for the San Francisco 49ers. So 1 out, runner at third and less than Cal Ripken. Fastball in there, strike 1. Cal Ripken's 0 for 1, flew out in the first. Got a chance to tie this ball game without the benefit of a base hit. Swing and a miss, cut fastball, strike 2. And that is a deep fly ball, playable but also deep enough. He's got a gun. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is not in time, up the line. Tie ball game at 3 here in the bottom of the third. So Bradley Cooper's gifted with a 3-run lead in the top of the first, and he gives them back. It's a brand new ball game, tied at 3. Brett Boone, runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that is now a 4-3 advantage. It's an RBI double. Big turn at first, throws to second, not in time. It's a RBI 2-out double for Brett Boone, his 21st of the season, and San Francisco suddenly has a 4-3 advantage here in the third. Oh. Next up, Eloy Jimenez. Deep drive, foul, strike 1. Chases a cut fastball, low and away, strike 2. Misses inside, just misses. Thought it was strike 3, called, but count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, just misses outside. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads off second. 4-3 lead for San Francisco. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Side retired, but they score twice and take the lead. At the end of 3 innings of baseball, it's a 4-3 lead for San Francisco. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Sebastian Stan. Bucky Barnes is 0 for 1.
Number 16.
Pitch looked like it was on the corner, but called a ball by the home plate umpire. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Grounder up the middle and through. Diving attempt from Brett Boone is not happening. Leadoff single for Sebastian Stan. Here's the replay. Got the uniform dirty, to no avail. Next up, Idris Elba. Idris walked in his first at-bat. Big lead at first. Expect to throw over there. Fouls off the high fastball, strike 1. Grounder, foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Elba. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4-3 lead for San Francisco here in the top of the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for the Giants. Down and in. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. High, full count, 3-2. On deck is Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Low, ball 4, so he walks him. 2 on, nobody out, and the Avengers are threatening. Will Gregg be bunting in this situation? I don't think so. Just got to hit the ball to the right side and not get into a double play. Got to move those runners over. Misses outside, ball 1. Clark's got to just show some patience. If he doesn't want to throw strikes, let him load the bases. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. 2nd run will come around 3rd, and he will score. It is a 2-run double and a 5-4 lead for the MCU as Gregg has double number 5 on the season and gets the 2 RBI hit. Here's the replay. Drives it into the right center field gap. There's so much distance in that right center field wall. Goes to 415. You can just run for days. Next up is the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie, who's 0 for 2 today. Runner at 2nd in scoring position, nobody out. 5-4 lead for the MCU. And that's a line drive. Base hit. Rounding 3rd and heading home is Gregg. It's an RBI double for the new Captain America, and it's a 2-run advantage for the MCU. They take a 6-4 lead. That is Mackie's 31st double of the season. And here's the replay. Bang. Bang. Just inside that left field foul line. Next up, Don Cheadle. Bullpen for the Giants is active. Left-hander Brett Anderson out there. Don had a solo homer in his first at-bat. Pitches low in the dirt block. Nicely throw to 2nd for no apparent reason. But the count is no balls. The count is 1 ball and no strikes on Cheadle, who plays James Rhodes in the MCU. And he's a little late on the fastball. Slicing, out of play. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Don Cheadle's hitting .321 with runners in scoring position, so he feels relatively comfortable with that runner at 2nd. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Brett Anderson, the left-handed pitcher, is warming in the Giants bullpen. 2-1 count. It's important for War Machine to move that runner over to 3rd base with 1 out. Let's see what happens. Maybe he can get a hit. And instead he pops him up to shallow left. Jimenez makes the catch for the first out. And he unsuccessful in moving that runner to 3rd. We'll see if that comes back to home though. Next up, Tony Stark, Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., no official at-bat as of yet. He was hit by a pitch and walked, so no at-bats yet. Runner in scoring position, 1 away, here in the top of the 4th. And that's a line drive. Will he catch it? Yes, he will. Tagging at 2nd and going to 3rd is Captain America, and it'll be 2 outs. Runner at 3rd base. They're going to need a hit to get him in. Up next is Mark Ruffalo, 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer the other way in the 1st to get them on the board. Let's see if he can get that runner home from 3rd with 2 out. Chases a fastball outside, ball 1. No, check that. Swing and a miss, strike 1, pardon me. I don't know what I was thinking. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Did he go too far? No, he did not. Throw to 3rd. And it's off the base, and he comes home on the error. It's 7-4. An ill-advised throw from the catcher. And it's an E2, and they score their 7th run on the error. Pop-up on the very next pitch, so they gave him another run. Boone makes the catch to retire the side, but they score 4 times here in the 4th, and after 3.5, they take a 7-4 lead. Avengers. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Shane Victorino, switch hitter, hitting from the right side. Check that, the left side against the righty pitcher. Fastball high, ball 1. So here's an opportunity for Bradley Cooper to right himself. for Rocket Raccoon to get it together. And what does he do? He's down 2-0 to the first batter he faces. He needs to just throw strikes, throw quality strikes. At the knees, strike one, count as 2 balls, 1 strike. Strike 2, count even as 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off the fastball. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss at the forkball. Struck him out swinging, and there's 1 away. That's Rocket Raccoon's 4th strikeout of the game. Up next, designated hitter Domingo Santana. 0 for 1. Swing and a miss at the 2-seam fastball down and in. Strike 1. Way out in front, the changeup, swing and a miss. Strike 2. I don't know what he was looking at. That was just a guess swing. Deep drive's got a chance. Think it's going to be off that wall, and it will. Nice relay, but it's going to be a double. 1-out double for Domingo Santana. Hits it the other way, high off of that wall, Giants landing. Almost a solo shot. So he looked embarrassed on the previous 2 pitches, and then gets himself a double. Up next, again, Caleb Hamilton, catcher, 0 for 1. In there, strike 1, 95 on the radar gun. Chases the cut fastball, fouls it off, strike 2. Runner leads off second. Just misses off the plate inside. Looked like it could have been called strike 3. Home plate umpire is squeezing both pitchers today. Grounder, foul. Count stays 1-2. And it is a ground ball up the middle and through. Rounding third and heading home. The throw to the plate is up the line. It is an RBI single for Caleb Hamilton here with 1 out. And it is a 2-run ball game as the MCU now leads 7-5. Lineup turns over for the Giants. Tony Gwynn is the tying run. He's 2 for 2, single, double. Inside corner, strike 1. Runner at first, 1 out. Pops him up. Racing over is Stephen Strange. Foul territory, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Up next, Chipper Jones, who has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 2. Grounder over to second for the force. Steps on the bag to retire the side, but they get a run. And after 4 innings of baseball here at Oracle Park, it's the Avengers 7, the Giants 5. So we go to the top of the 5th. Taking over pitching duties for Clayton Kershaw is another lefty, Brett Anderson, who's pitched in only 8 games this season. His record is 1-1 with a 6.17 earned run average. He will face Dave Bautista. Bullpen is still active for the Giants. Dave's 1 for 2. Fouls off the sinking fastball, strike 1. Knuckle curve inside, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's out in front of the slider, pulls it down the left field line, out of play. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bautista. Drax the Destroyer. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. Lead-off single for Drax. Big turn at first, but of course he will hold. So, 2nd hit of the game for Bautista. Up next, the Sorcerer Supreme Benedict Cumberbatch. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Anderson. And that's a line drive. It's going to be a hit. It's in there. Runners at first and second and nobody out. And with a 2-run lead, the MCU is threatening again here in the top of the 5th. Highlight grave. Is this MLB The Show 15? No, it is MLB The Show 20. for PlayStation 4. Yes, I'm a year behind, and the reason why is because it is my desire to play a 162-game regular season. No skipped innings, no simulated games. And I am a little behind. It's game number 132. He makes the catch, tagging at second, and going to third is the Sorcerer Supreme. No, check that. That's Dave Bautista. Okay, oh, that's what it says. Welcome to the live stream, Highlight Grave. Thank you very much. I appreciate your subscription. Thank you so much. Hang out for a few innings. Put your feet up on the sofa. Have a drink. Up next is Idris Elba. This is the Avengers season. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. It's a 2-run lead for the Avengers in this game. First pitch to Idris Elba is fouled off. You're an old announcer. Well, I'm a good announcer. I am an old announcer as well as a good announcer, so I'll take both of them as compliment. Swing and a miss at the sinking fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. No, it's totally fine. I'm happy that you're here. It's actually an accurate statement. I'm not exactly all that young, but thank you for the compliment. Pitch is called, strike 3. He thought it was high. Called strike 3 for the second out. And Idris Elba, who plays Hemdall in the MCU, is called out on strikes for the second out. So next up, Clark Gregg, also known as Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Phil Coulson, hits a grounder to short, tosses to second for the force, and the side is retired. So they get runners on, but they do not push them across at the 4.5 inning mark. It's the Hollywood Avengers 7. San Francisco Giants 5. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Jimmy Fox, who is a legendary ball player from like the 1940s or 50s. On the mound is Bradley Cooper, or the voice of Rocket Raccoon. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. Leadoff man is on, and the tying run will come to the plate for the Giants here in the bottom of the 5th. This is basically a high-scoring affair today. Couldn't call it a pitcher's duel. Here's the replay. And if you're not into baseball, no love lost. Later on tonight, I'll be doing a science fiction role-playing game live stream called Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. Hope to see you during that one. Up next is Cal Ripken Jr., who had 0 for 1 today, but he does have a sacrifice fly. Fastball just misses low for ball 1. Cal Ripken played his Hall of Fame career for the Baltimore Orioles, and he's got that consecutive game played streak, which made him famous. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Again, runner leads off first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. That's a line drive to right. There is Dave Bautista, who makes the catch for out number 1. Thank you very much for liking the video. I appreciate your subscription. Much appreciated. Up next is Brett Boone, who has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 2. This is the second game of a 3-game set between both ball clubs. And again, another line drive to right. Back goes Bautista. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. On the warning track, he makes the catch for out number 2. So, runner retreats to first, and there are 2 away. Next up, Eloy Jimenez, who struck out twice today. He is 0 for 2. Rocket sets and delivers. Line drive caught by Robert Downey Jr. Nice reaction play at first base to retire the side. So it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete. The Avengers have a 2-run lead at 7-5. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe of the new Captain America. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will bounce and roll all the way to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second is the new Captain America. He will stop at second with a leadoff double here in the top of the 6th. Double number 32 on the season for Anthony Mackie. Next up, Don Cheadle, or War Machine, who had a home run in the 1st, and here's a replay of that home run. For some reason, they're showing you the 2-run shot by Mark Ruffalo, so I don't know what's going on with that. Runner at second, nobody out. Pitches outside, ball 1. In the bullpen for the Giants, two right-handers, Yusmero Petit and Nick Whitgren, getting loose. Mackie leads off second. 1-0 pitch. Down and in, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's a line drive base hit, and he has to hold up at second, fearing that Brett Boone is going to make it. No, he's heading home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It'll be an RBI single by Don Cheadle, and an 8-5 lead for the Avengers. I thought he needed to hold up to see if that ball would be caught by the second baseman, but he just had that blazing speed coming around third, and you know what? He just used it to score. See, he holds up at second, and then by the time the center fielder, Shane Victorino, gets the ball in, he still has enough time to score. And it's 8-5 Avengers. Up next, Tony Stark. Hit by a pitch. He's walked. Officially, he is 0 for 1. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. So 8-5 MCU here in the top of the 6th. Checks his swing. Sinking fastball is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Robert Downey Jr. is 9 for his last 18. That is a 500 clip in his last handful of games. Quick throw to first, he's back. In case you're wondering, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. Fouls off the sinking fastball. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike to Tony Stark. Coley, the controller. Pulls it up the first baseline, foul. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The difficulty setting for this 162 game franchise is set to All-Star, which is somewhere in the middle. And that's a line drive. It's going to hang up there. Oh no, it's a hop off of the turf, or the grass, pardon me. And that's a single. I thought he was going to maybe shoestring catch it, but Tony Gwynn takes it on a short hop. It'll be first and second. Still nobody out. Up steps the incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, with a 2-run home run in the first inning. And breaks his bat, pops it up. Infield fly rule is in effect. Jimmy Fox makes the catch 1 away. Next up, Drax the Destroyer, who's 2 for 3 today. 3 for 7 in this series. Runners at first and second, 1 out. In the dirt, kept in front of him. Nice play by the catcher, Caleb Hamilton. 1-0 count. Grounder, backhanded, off-balance throw. No, not in time. He's safe at second. Everybody is safe. So Chipper Jones at third goes for the difficult round the horn double play. Throws E5, throwing error to the second baseman covering the bag. Pulls him off the bag and everybody is safe. Let's look at this. Backhanded, his momentum is carrying him into foul territory, and it's an off-balance throw. And Tony Stark is safe at second. So the bases are now loaded with Avengers. Up next, the Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Cumberbatch, who is 2 for 3. A single and a double today. Here's the pitch. Outside ball 1. Nowhere to put him. He's got to throw strikes. See what happens. And that's a base hit. It'll be an RBI single, base to base. 9-5 lead for the MCU. RBI single from the Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Stephen Strange. Next up, Sebastian Stan, who's 1 for 3 with a single today. Fouls off the knuckle curve down the right field line. Out of play, strike 1. Bases remain loaded. It is a 4-run ball game. MCU leads 9-5. Off the plate with the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. High-scoring game today. That's a grounder up the middle and through. It is an RB 2-run single for Sebastian Stan, and an 11-5 game here in the top of the 6th. 2-run single for Bucky Barnes. You can't figure this game out. Yesterday against the San Francisco Giants, the Avengers lost 5-0. Complete game shutout from Bob Feller. Today, in 6 innings, they score 11 runs. So, just is what it is. So, in the bullpen, Brian Abreu comes and steps on the mound for the Giants, takes over pitching duties. 2-3 with a 6.97 run average. Runners at first and third, 1 out for Idris Elba, who has 2 walks today. And it is a shallow fly ball to right field, and he's not going to get that runner home from third. So 2 at-bats in a row, Idris Elba strands a runner at third with less than 2 outs. Luckily, the Avengers have a 6-run lead, so 2 outs, runners at first and third, and up steps Gregg, who has a 2-run double today. Let's see if he can come through again. Fastball outside, ball 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Welcome to the live stream. Don't forget to press that like button. Pitch is high. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Fouls it back. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Abreu sets and delivers. Out in front of the slider, swing and miss. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners lead off first and third. It's a 6-run lead for the Avengers, 11-5 here in the top of the 6th. And he strikes him out swinging and retires the side. But they push across a boatload of runs. After 5.5, it's the Hollywood Avengers 11, San Francisco Giants 5. Thank you for watching. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Shane Victorino, who's 0 for 2. Cooper still out there, might as well. Shallow pop-up, short left field. Out is Anthony Mackie, cut the check. There's 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Next up, the DH, Domingo Santana, who's 1 for 2 with a double. Might as well just throw it in there. See if I can get them to... In there, strike 1. See if I can get them to just hit it to a fielder. There's no reason to. Pops it up down the right field line, out of play. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounded to short, fielded by Mackie. Throws to first in time, 2 away.
Now batting, catcher.
2 down, up steps catcher Caleb Hamilton, who has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. And he's a deep fly ball, but curling out of play for strike 1. 2 outs, bases empty here in the 6th. I have a feeling that this may be the last inning. Shallow fly ball, foul territory, racing over as Idris Elba makes the catch to retire the side. Got to go. Well, listen, Mr. Highlight Grave, Mr., Mrs., whatever, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate your comments. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you. So we go to the top of the 7th, and before we go to the plate, Sia, hope you have a good stream. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, ma'am. Otherwise, I don't know what you are. Bottom line is, I'm assuming that you are, sir. Regardless, thank you for being here. We'll go to the bullpen. Let's see. We want Josh Brolin to warm up and Stan Lee to warm up. And since it's lefty switch righty, let's have Stan Lee scheduled to put Stan Lee in the game in the next inning. So leading off here in the top of the 7th is Anthony Mackie, who's 2 for 4. Slicing down the left field line, out of play, strike 1. 11-5 here in the top of the 7th. And that's a line drive, but it's going to hang up there for the right fielder, Tony Gwynn. Hit it right on the nose, but right at Gwynn for the out number 1. Here's the replay. Don't forget to hydrate. So with 1 out, up steps Don Cheadle. 2 for 4. He's got a single, a homer, 2 RBIs. Pops him up, infield, caught by the catcher. Caleb Hamilton makes the catch for the 2nd out. Up next, Robert Downey Jr. straddling that 300 mark at 299 right now. He's 1 for 2. I'm sure he'd like to have a 300 plus average by the time the season's over. Outside ball 1. Grounder, foul. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Iron Man. And that's a ground ball up the middle and through. It is his second hit of the ball game. And it's a 2-out single for Tony Stark. Want to hit 300, that's what you need. You can't give up on at-bats in games with 6-run leads. Next up, the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. 1 for 4 today, but that one was a big one. A 2-run homer in the first. Checks his swing, pitches outside and low, ball 1. He is hitting .335 on the season. He's been a hell of an asset this season. He is the Hulk. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Ruffalo. In the dirt, 2 balls, 1 strike. That's a deep drive to center, but playable for Victorino. His foot on the warning track. He makes the catch for out number 2. Now check that. That's retire the side. Pardon me, lost track of how many outs there were. Get up and stretch. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. 7th inning stretch. Do you want to change pitchers for the bottom of the 7th? Yes, I do. In relief comes Stan the Manly Excelsior. 5 and 3, 2.62 earned run average. He will face Tony Gwynn to lead off the bottom of the 7th. He's 2 for 3. Here comes the first pitch from Stanley. And that's a deep drive, but foul for strike 1. Pops it up, foul territory. Sorcerer Supreme, Benedict Cumberbatch makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Chipper.
Next up, Chipper Jones, 1 for 3 with a double today, RBI double. Here's the pitch. And that's a deep drive. My goodness. It's going to ricochet off the wall. Batista gets a handle on it, and he will stop at second with a 1-out double. That's his second hit of the ballgame, second double, if I'm not mistaken. Double number 30 on the season. Here's the replay. Bang. Oof. Up next is Jimmy Fox. Jimmy Fox. Deep drive to center. Back goes Cheadle. War Machine on the track. Back to the wall. Makes the catch. Out number 2. That was almost a 2-run home run. But the ballpark held it. Jimmy Fox gave it a ride. So 2 down. Runner at second. Cal Ripken Jr. has a sac fly today. He's 0 for 2 though.
Nope.
Misses high, ball 1. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Welcome to the live stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. It's an 11-5 lead for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. On the mound is Stan Lee here in the bottom of the 7th. Deep drive, but slicing out of play for strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Cal Ripken Jr., the Oriole great, playing now in this fictional season for the San Francisco Giants. Line drive caught by Robert Downey Jr. No, I'm sorry, check that. It was off the ground, so he had to take it to the bag to retire the side. So, 7 complete. It's a 6-run lead for the MCU. The Avengers leads 11-5. We go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Dave Batista. Dave is 2 for 4 with 2 singles today.
The right fielder, Dave Batista.
Abreu is on the mound for a 2nd inning of work. Ground ball backhanded by Chipper. Long throw in time. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting.
Starter comparison, Bradley Cooper versus Clayton Kershaw. Neither guy actually did a good job, but it seems like Bradley Cooper might get win number 10 out of that mess. 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs. He may get a win. So up next here in the top of the 8th is Benedict Cumberbatch, giving a day off to Chadwick Boseman at 3rd. He went 3 for 4 so far. Hell of a spot start. 3 hits. And that's his 4th hit of the game. It is a deep drive to the left center field, and it 2 hops to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second. It's a 1-out double for Stephen Strange. Double number 9 for Cumberbatch. Here's the replay. Bang. Next up, Sebastian Stan, 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Checks the swing, fastball outside, ball 1. Attendance 27,180 here at Oracle Park. That is not a sellout. High and tight, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Runner leads off second, 1 away. It's already an 11-5 lead. Fouls off the high fastball, 2 balls, 1 strike. Should have let it go. It was probably ball 3. A little anxious at the plate. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is Idris Elba. Runner leads off second. Here's a pitch from Abreu. Slicing, foul. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He refuses to take the walk. Full count, 3-2 pitch. And he drives it foul, and we will do the 3-2 pitch once again. Runner leads off second. Here comes the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, and there are 2 away, and he doesn't agree with the call. Nevertheless, it's Abreu's 2nd strikeout of the game. Up next, Hemdahl from the Thor franchise, Idris Elba, who's walked twice today, but it's 0 for 2 officially. 11-5 lead for the Avengers. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Fouls it off for strike 1. Welcome to the live stream. Don't forget to like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Welcome. And that's a line drive. It might, no, will not dunk in there. Makes the catch. Tony Gwynn does in right field to retire the side. 7.5 complete. The Avengers lead 11-5. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Stepping up is Brett Boone. Stan Lee is out there for his 2nd inning of work. Breaking ball outside corner, strike 1. Jams him. There is Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. makes the catch for the 1st out. Next up, left fielder Eloy Jimenez. Reagan Gaming. Hey, thank you for joining the stream. Much appreciated. I really appreciate the fact that you've been watching some of my stuff. Thank you so much in the comments. Very cool. Very cool. You've caught a game in progress. This is the bottom of the 8th. The Avengers have an 11-5 lead. They seem to have this game well in hand. That's a deep fly to left center field. There is Don Cheadle to make the catch for the 2nd out. Good to be here. Well, good to have you. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. So with 2 outs and bases empty, up steps center fielder Shane Victorino, who's popped out in the 6th. He is 0 for 3 today. And Stan Lee deals. Stan the man. And that's a line drive, 2-out single for Shane Victorino. And this half inning will continue for the Giants. Okay, so with that hit, I should check to see what's going on with the bullpen. You do a great job of commentary. Well, thank you very much. It's kind of like the game within the game. I've always liked play-by-play commentary for baseball. Something that I've always enjoyed. I love the way you call these games. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's honestly the best compliment you can give me. I mean, I love video games, but I also love baseball and I love play-by-play. So it's like 3 games in 1. It's awesome. So I decided to do a 162 game full season, no skipped innings, no simulated games. So I'm a little behind. I'm still playing MLB 20, the show, even though the MLB 21 came out. But I want to finish where I started, and I'm in late August. I've got another 30 games to go plus the playoffs. So you know what? There's no rush. I'm having a good time. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself as well. So designated hitter Domingo Santana is 1 for 3. We're going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and we're going to make sure Jeremy Renner is going to warm up just in case. Just in case. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 1 to Santana. Santana's 1 for 3 with a double today. Runner leads off first. And that's a line drive. Scooting over is Batista. Drax makes the catch to retire the side. So, end of 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Avengers look to send the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Phil Coulson, to lead off.
Your attention, please.
Pitching is Yusmeiro Petit out of the bullpen for his 67th appearance out of the bullpen. He's 4-0, 3.92 earned run average. And he will face, like I said, Gregg to lead off. Clark's 1 for 4 in today's ballgame.
Number 85.
Way out in front of the cut fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Clark has an RBI today. Doesn't get to play much. He's kind of like a backup utility player. Grounder to third. Chipper fires in time for the first out. So the lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie has his 6th at-bat. That's how you know you scored a lot of runs, when your leadoff man has 6 at-bats. He's 2 for 5 today. Fouls off the fastball for strike 1. It's an 11-5 game here in this second game of this 3-game set at Oracle Park. And it's a bouncer at the plate, and it's a foul ball. Count will be no balls and 2 strikes on Mackie. So the Avengers lost yesterday to the Giants 5-0. Today they're winning 11-5. Go figure. So if they win today, the series will be tied at 1 game apiece. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 right-handers warming in the Giants bullpen: Cooper Casad and Nick Whitgren. Just getting loose, just in case. Mackie has a 1-2 count. Off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're interested, later on tonight, I'm going to be doing a Mass Effect, a Legendary Edition live stream with Renegade Karen. Fouls off the high fastball, count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Renegade Karen coming soon this evening, after about a half-hour break, I would say. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging, and there are 2 away. Next up, Don Cheadle, 2 for 5 with a homer, 2 RBIs. 2 outs, top of the 9th, bases empty. Here's the pitch from Petit. Fouls off the cutter, strike 1. Don Cheadle plays James Rhodes in the MCU from the Iron Man franchise. First played by Terrence Howard in the first Iron Man movie, but then eventually he took over. Swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes, count is 0-2 on Cheadle. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he pulls the cut fastball down the right field line, out of play. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cheadle. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. So we go to the bottom of the 9th, last licks for San Francisco. They need 6 runs to tie. It's the Avengers 11, the Giants 5. This is Avengers Baseball. So we're going to bring... Now, you know what? We're going to leave him in. We're going to leave Stan Lee in there until he gets into trouble. And that's a deep drive. Racing back is Idris Elba. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the 9th. Hit it on the nose, but right at the left fielder. Here's the replay. Up next is the leadoff man, Tony Gwynn. Tony's had a good day. He's 2 for 4, a single, a double. 4 for 8 in this series so far. Here's the pitch. And that's a line drive the other way. It is a 1-out single for Tony Gwynn. His 3rd hit of the ball game. Makes sense since he is a 3,000 hit guy in his major league career. Slashes it to left. Next up is Chipper Jones. We're going to go to the manager's office in the bullpen, and we are going to bring in Josh Brolin. Even though he's a left-handed pitcher, Josh Brolin, the man who played Thanos in the MCU, has pitched in 29 games out of the bullpen. He's 3-1 He has 3 saves. He has a 2.81 earned run average. Switch hitter Chipper Jones will turn around and hit from the right side. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the right field line, strike 1. He's got that average up to 350 on the season. In there with the splitter, strike 2. Count as quickly, no balls, and 2 strikes. And he flies it to right. There's Batista to make the catch for out number 2. So with 2 outs here in the 9th inning, the San Francisco Giants are down to their final out of the game. Representing the final out is Jimmy Fox, who's 3 for 4 today. He's 2 doubles, a single, an RBI. 95 runs batted in on the season. Runner leads off first. And that's a base hit to center. And he's going to go to third. It'll be first and third. First and third with 2 outs. Here's a replay. I mean, they are threatening, but it is a 6-run lead, so no one on the Avengers bench is getting nervous yet. Up next is Cal Ripken Jr., who's 0 for 3 today. Here comes the pitch. Grounder to short. Flips over second for the force to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 11-5. So they take this second game and split the series at 1 game apiece, with the rubber match coming tomorrow to see who wins 2 out of 3. That is win number 85 on the season for the Avengers. They're 85-47, and they are trailing the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West by like 1 game, half a game. Okay, so the winner of this game is Bradley Cooper, the man who voices Rocket Raccoon. The line up at the top of the screen, the Hollywood Avengers, 11 runs, 16 hits, no errors. San Francisco Giants, 5 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. Bradley Cooper gets win number 10, double digits in wins, 10 wins and 10 losses. He is now at 500. The loser is the great pitcher Clayton Kershaw. I'm kind of proud of that. Bench player, third baseman Benedict Cumberbatch went 4 for 5 today, and he gets player of the game honors. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you so much for joining me. A special thank you to Reagan Gaming RT. Thank you so much, Reagan Gaming. I appreciate your presence. I thank you for you following my stuff. I hope to see you again in the future. So again, the final. The Hollywood Avengers win here at Oracle Park, 11-5. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon with Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition, Renegade Karen. Talk to you soon.